Hey, my name's Matt. I want to tell you a story about Grado, my headphone experience with them, and the process of trying to get these fixed. So I needed some new headphones after my Sennheiser H1 for whatever's stopped working, and I really like these because look how small they are. Very like basically these are just open ear headphones. You can hear all around you, and you still get like some pretty good sound with them. But those stopped working, so a few years ago I got these as a gift, and I would like switch them out, but these became my new main headphones I was using. Again, they're like just straight open back. I put them on and I can hear everything around me. And so a few days ago, they just stopped working in the left headphone. Like the every now and then when the cord would move, just the audio would cut in and out. And a pretty good sign of just bad connection or the cable's going bad. Usually you see these on like cheaper headphones, like you'd leave them in your pocket too much, they get scrunched in a weird way and they just stop working. But these, for $100, figured okay, you get like a good 5 years out of these, no issues, maybe even longer. Headphones, pretty simple things, and they're meant to last. So I got these, and the cord was a little loose. It's like whatever, it's $100. Everything else like feels like decent material, and they had good sound for what I was looking for. Audiophiles probably wouldn't like these, but for somebody who just wants to hear around them, they did the job. They stopped working. I sent an email over to Grado, just be like, hey, a few years ago I got these. Speaker starts cutting out. What can be done about them? And they sent a response of just, here's an address, $50 will fix them. You can get some new pads for your headphones too if you want them. Here it is, and just like $50. That's half the cost of what these headphones were, and I thought that was ridiculous. And just in a moment, I just sent, "Hey, I'm not paying half the cost of these for a loose wire. This is ridiculous." And they send back, I guess an equally snippy email of just, we got to pay, we got people to pay. It's cost is relative. It's like, no, 50% of something to fix a product I already bought. What kind of customer service is this? So just getting an email like this in response to just asking them to fix something I already bought, I didn't really like it. And it's like $50 for a job that I can imagine probably takes somebody who knows what they're doing 30 minutes or less. And so instead of, responding in an email, getting in fights with people who clearly just don't want to talk to me, I just went and did it myself. So here's the process of me from the beginning to end. Took me less than 25 minutes to take the cable, put it back in. I didn't have a replacement cable. I don't have access to something like that. I want to just do quick and easy just to see, is this problem fixable with limited tools that I have. So I'm going to walk you through what I did. Basically, I brought them down to my kitchen table. I pop it out of the holder, super easy. It's just some plastic clips holding it in place. Then I have my mom's hair dryer here because I didn't have anything else like a hot heat gun or anything. And I just start heating up the exterior to get the hot glue melting. After I heat it for a little bit, I go to try and get it off, and I feel it kind of slide, but it's not quite ready to come off, so I go to hit it with the heat gun again. After heating it for a little bit longer, I'm bored of it, and I'm decided that I'm just going to get it open now. It should have been long enough. So I feel it to start going again. This time I don't want to hit it again, so I'm just going to really try to just muscle it open. And there we go, just like that. Like I said, it's just hot glue holding it together. I could have probably heated it longer to get it off easier, but I just wanted to see how quickly I could get this done, and just how much care doesn't really need to be applied here. So I've gotten it open now. I'm looking at the wire, and I can see that one of the blue one I believe was just kind of loose, and from feeling the wires, trying to see if I could feel any disconnections, it felt like it was higher up. So after picking some of the hot glue off and re-looking at the wire, just kind of looking like, oh, it's just two easy solder connections. I assume it's just power and something else. I don't know how speakers work, but I know there's not a lot going on inside of here. So I get my solder, I get my heat gun, or my soldering iron, plug it in, wait a little bit for it to heat up, go get a paper towel just because don't want anything getting on my nice kitchen table. So I'm just getting everything all organized, ready to use the soldering iron now. Just kind of pulling it around, using my left hand to use the soldering iron, and then my right hand to try and pull the wire off of the pad it's sitting on. But again, because I'm impatient, I didn't let the soldering iron heat up enough, so I have to let it do it again. Now I'm back with it. It's heated up, or at least I'm tired of waiting and it feels hot enough. I go in, the solder starts immediately melting, and now I'm just pulling the wire off, and I managed to get the wire disconnected. I'm inspecting it now, just kind of trying to see what damage there is. Is there anything obvious? I run off and I grab some tweezers just so I can manipulate it a little bit better. And I just kind of see, like, yeah, there's a bit of a break in connection about where the solder was and where the wire was sticking out of it. So, but it looks like it's still holding together. So I just kind of straighten it out, and I'm going to put it back onto where it was soldered. This time where there's a slight break in the connection, I'm just going to make sure that's in the solder glob. After I'm done, I'm going to wrap the wire, make it kind of easier to position because I plan to wrap the wire inside of the headphone so it has stress release. So I've got the wire lined up, gonna go solder it real quick. Again, there's already a dab that I took it out of. Just gonna heat it up, put the wire in, nothing hard. Looking at it again, looks good, ready to go. This time I'm ready to close it up, and I was initially going to go and get a hot glue gun, but again, didn't want to wait for it. And when I'm going to, as you see, when I go to put the whole assembly back together, this is me making sure the wire is still like a good length after I put the stress release on. But like I said, when I go to put the cover on, I see that it's a tight enough fit with the wire in there and everything that I don't need to hot glue it again. Whatever residual is still in there, and the tolerances are tight enough to where I just kind of push it on, see it's good, don't see it going anywhere, and just really just kind of cram it together. Again, and that was it. It's all fixed now. I made sure it worked between just using my phone. I snap it back on, and we're done. It was that easy. So in total, after running around, not knowing what tools I needed, didn't know what I was expecting when I went in, and didn't know what I was going to see until I was done, it took me 15 minutes to get this whole project finished. Now, 15 minutes for somebody who's inexperienced, didn't know what to expect, $50, that to an hourly rate, that's $200 an hour to do just a cable replacement, or at least, diagnosing to it and getting it, like, I don't think that's worth the money. But Grado, if you're hiring for this rate, clearly I'm available and I got the skills, so take it easy.